Traumatic brain injury recovery.
What advice do you have for family members, and how about for healthcare treaters?
For family members, it does get better. If people are saying to you, anything you need from me, let me know, take them up on it. Because often people actually, they'd like to make everything okay for you guys, but they can't do that. So if you give them something specific, like cook your lasagna that I like so much and bring us a couple of helpings of that, or could you take him to this particular appointment, and then access as many resources as you can. And for the survivors, it's more take back the roles you've lost as you're able and as you feel competent to do it. And if needed, do it with somebody to start with, and then start taking them back and normalize your life. Get back to school. If it's Mesa College ABI, it's not San Diego State or Mesa College mainstream classes, but you're back in school. You're learning and you're continuing to move forward. And be kind to yourself. Sometimes motivation is, as you know, actually affected by the brain injury itself, and family can say he's not trying or he's not working hard enough, and that feeds right into, most of us were told at some point in our childhood or life that we weren't working hard enough, so it feeds right back into that. So trusting yourself and being kind to yourself.
Those are big tasks. Let me say about the family, if I understand correctly, from my experience, family members often have a hard time asking for help or accepting help.
Yeah, I think most of us are in this, okay, I'm okay, I've got it covered, and then just get more and more weighed down by the pressure of caregiving.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it's embarrassing, and sometimes people feel ashamed to feel needy or feel like they need help from other people. And as far as the survivor goes, when you say be kind to yourself, I think it's difficult when the survivor has had previous expectations about a level of performance, whether it's physical or intellectual performance, and then he or she has an impairment. That's a challenge to be able to accept it and say, well, I'm still okay. I'm not a worthless person.
Yeah, to be able to accept what is, it's very, very hard. It's a tremendous adjustment. And to like yourself as you are now when you're different and you've lost parts of your identity, whether it's work or maybe physical activity or whatever it was, it's a tough job, and it's probably a work in progress.
Absolutely. It is for all of us, I think.
Yeah.
So what about advice for healthcare treaters?
With most of the patients here, if somebody's really depressed and is maybe saying it's not worth it, almost threatening suicidal stuff, there's usually a terrible panic. Well, we can say, look, give it 2 years and see how you feel then. And in that 2 years, they'll be adjusting to it. Depression is a pretty natural thing to go through. So that's okay. And also the people are going to do what they want to do, no matter what we think is best for them. People may do what they're going to do, and we have to let go. And we're not going to solve a family's deepest problems in a short rehab stay.
A tall order to fix in a couple of weeks.
And also, I think physical therapists, well, OTs and PTs particularly, if the person's struggling to walk, that's an incredibly important role, and they become a physical therapist / psychotherapist.
Well, if they're in the midst of acute grief at the loss of these capabilities, I'm sure it's hard to muster the energy and the motivation to get back on their feet again, metaphorically and literally.
Yes, I've had PT for various minor injuries, and the PT might give me this home program, and I'm not great at following through. And it's really hard work. It's harder work than nearly always whatever they've had as a job before.
It takes a heck of...
Please like, subscribe, and comment on this video.